morning, everybody. Welcome to Church With You. My name is Kevin. We're super excited that you guys are here. You guys stand and sing some songs with us. Singing from the shackles, singing from the chains, singing from the trenches, singing through the pain. There's a song rising up. Can you hear that freedom sound? Singing from the shackles. We're gonna sing it loud, loud, loud. You're my deliverer. You tear down the prison walls. My heart needs a miracle. You're my deliverer. My answer to right it all. My strength and my hope is gone. Know you will come through. Come on. Sing this out. You're breaking off rejection. You're breaking off the shame. Breaking off addiction. In the power of your name. Sing this out. There's a song rising up. Can you hear that freedom sound? Sing it from the shackles. We're gonna sing it loud, loud, loud. You're my deliverer. You tear down the prison walls. Heart is a miracle. You will come through. Come on. You're my deliverer. My answer to right it all. My strength and my body's gone. I know you will come through. In the Bible, Paul and Silas were thrown in jail. They were shackled, they were chained. And when they started to sing, shackles fell off, chains fell off, prison doors swung open wide, and they were able to walk out free. But they chose not to walk out. They stayed right where they were so that others might believe. This morning, sing this next part out. Let your chains fall off. Let your shackles fall off. And let everybody know around you that you're going to praise Jesus. No matter what. Sing this out. Let the darkness hear our praises. From these ashes, we'll see victory. Chains are worthless, and they can't hold us. From these shackles, show your glory. Sing it out. Let the darkness hear our praises. From these ashes, we'll see victory. Chains are worthless, and they can't hold us. From these shackles, show your glory. You're my deliverer. You tear down the prison wall. When my heart needs a miracle, you will come through. You're my deliverer. My answer to right it all. When my strength and my heart is gone, I know you will come through. Yes. You will come through. Singing from the shackles.
Good morning, Church Online, and welcome. We are so online today. It's never been easier to invite your friends to church, and we just want to push you to do that. In person, we're doing a huge invite push, and we want to extend that to our online family. So go right now and text live.churchwithyou.com to 5 of your closest friends right now. Now, if this is your place, if you call Church With You home, we're super excited that you're here with us. And we couldn't be more grateful for the way that you are so generous. We are seeing life change happen every single week. And because of your generosity, those things are happening. What is so unique about the post-COVID church is that the online community, the Ozark community, and the Enterprise community have never been tighter than they ever were. First of all, online exists, and we're tighter because we're all building the same kingdom. And what's so cool is watching people come to know Christ. Every bit of what you give that empowers that reaches across state lines, that reaches across border lines and across oceans, and everything that you give, as we see hands go up every single week online, that's because of your generosity. And we want to give you an opportunity to just be a part of that. If that is something that you say, you know what, I want to make an impact for the kingdom, right now is your opportunity. As we jump back into service with everybody else, I want you guys to have a great Sunday.
joy I found because of your love for me. Oh my God, so good to never give up on me. Come on, sing it out. Oh, what joy I found because of your love for me. I'm not a slave to sin, I'm free. You are buried with Christ, and rise in your freedom. You are. Come check out church news.
He comes
Walmart. No,
Sunday.
Never walk into Walmart.
Sunday, he's like, man, I would do it if y'all could just do it on Thursdays or something. What did you say?
No, I said, let me know when you're gonna do it. I will be there because I am back in the saddle again. Or
All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Church with You. I'm Hilton, and I am
graciously
happy to say that we've got
me,
our good old buddy back. Anthony Brown. All right, guys. So,
So,
all right, guys.
coming up, Hilton?
So first things first. Having D9.
what is the fusion? Youth group,
6th grade to 12th grade.
D now in Prattville.
First Baptist. We are going to,
Gotta put a lot into this.
yeah.
We're gonna go there.
He's on a probationary period, so
Yes.
that's the reason why he's extra. Wait, he's always extra. Never mind. But anyway, guys, the registration is only $40. Grade 6 through 12th. That includes your T-shirt, transportation, as
Meals.
well as the meals.
That's the important
So,
thing. Gotta feed the kids.
So yeah, that's awesome. Make sure you let us know if you want to go. Then second thing.
Let church with you know.
Well, yeah, don't let me know.
You let me know. I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Don't
that
let me
you're
know.
going.
Don't be in my inbox talking about, hey, I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
Go on the app.
Second things first after
Wow.
the first, second. Yeah. That is going to be
Daughter dance.
daddy-daughter dance.
February.
Or daddy or daughter-daddy dance.
Depends on who's got the best moves.
I don't have any moves.
I mean, you ain't got a little bit of this? I know you got a little bit of that. Come on.
Food's incredible.
I told you I was gonna monitor this.
I know my nose itches.
Bro.
Food's incredible.
Open your eyes.
And
Jeez.
trying to get my nose situated.
All
right.
right. Chicken leg bowl.
And then
Yeah,
third
yeah.
thing is on March.
No, thirdly, secondly.
Thirdly, secondly, because it's not first or second.
No. March 12th is Marriage Summit.
March 12th is Marriage Summit, yes.
Marriage. What?
March 12th and 13th
Ooh, 2 days of Marriage Summit.
is the Marriage Summit.
So if you're married,
If you're married,
this is your summit.
this is your summit.
We're changing the name of it. Marriage University.
Marriage University.
MU.
Marriage U.
Church with
baby.
you, Moo.
Yeah, and if you remember last year, if you hurried up and signed up, we had it back for you. I am pleased to tell you that we have not been instructed to tell you that again. That's all we got for you this week.
Have a great week.
Have a great week and enjoy this first installment of
Guess who's back news? No, first installment.
Cheyenne Bueller?
Known.
That's K-N-W-N.
It's known that he missed me.
will join me over the next couple of weeks as we put our phones down and actually pay attention to the people in front of us. Come on, I don't know that you live in this world, but I live in this world. Come on, this is where I live. I don't know if you're connected to your phone the same way I'm connected to my phone, but that's where I live. And really, this is what the series is all about. That's what the challenge is all about. It's for us to actually put our phones down, right? To stop this looking down and look up at the people that God has already surrounded us with, and let's figure out how we can be known and know the people that are around us. Come on, how many of you will join me in that? Come on, Enterprise. Come on, Ozark. Right? Come on, Church Online. Like you're going to join. If that's raising your hand, you're having people watch you. They're holding you accountable right now, right? That's it. Raise it one more time. Okay, everybody look around, look around, look around, look around. Just intentional time this week to go, I'm going to put it down so that I can pay attention to the people that are in front of you. I want to tell you where this series came from. I was reading this book. I read this book called, take a wild guess, Known. Hence the series. I read this book by Dick and Ruth Foth, and this whole book is about relationships, right? The whole subtitle says, Finding Deep Friendships in a Shallow World. And I read this book, how ironic is this? I read this book while we were on lockdown and quarantine in 2020. So I was like, man, relationships, man, they matter. You got to dive into them. We live in a shallow world that is full of technology, that is like devalued friendships. And here's how you dive deeper, and here's how you get good friends. And then everybody was telling us, but you can't see anybody face to face. How many of you know that was hard to digest and live out in the same time? But I'm just here to tell you that we were created for relationships. You and I were created for relationships, and the best way and the most healthy way to get relationships and to walk through relationships and to have deep relationships is to have them face to face, everybody. It's face to face. Now, if you're watching at church online because you're sick, or your immune system is compromised or whatever, or you live in another state, another country, hey, listen, I get it. Technology is awesome, but it doesn't compare to face to face. Come on, we live in a culture, our church is in Enterprise, Alabama, right? We live in this place right next to Fort Rooker. So you ask any military family if face-to-face is better than technology, and what will they tell you? Yes. Why? Because when deployments happen, I'm grateful for technology. I'm grateful that I can still see you. I'm grateful you can still see the kids. But at the end of the day, if I had the option between looking at you through FaceTime and actually looking at your face, come on, how many of you know you'd take the physical face-to-face every single time? So us knowing that has still got us to the place where I think that our culture has devalued that a little bit, right? So I'm in the middle of quarantine, I'm reading this book, and I was like, oh no, but Dick and Ruth Foth, we've got it figured out. Like, wow, our culture is so tech savvy, we got this, right? We can stay connected, can we not? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, FaceTime, Zoom calls. Come on, we got dozens of ways that we can connect to each other. So we got this thing figured out. But what I realized in that moment while I was reading the book is I realized that what technology has done is it's taken the hard work out of relationships. Come on, it's taking the hard work out of relationships, because now I don't have to do the hard work of befriending you, right, and walking through all of your stuff while you walk through all of my stuff with me, but I can still feel good about myself because I can go back to my Instagram account and I can see how many people liked my post and commented on it and still feel like I have a whole bunch of friends. Come on, can I tell you we're in a dilemma, I think. Right, I want to read you this quote real quick. This is from another book. It says it's almost Everybody Alone. Right, is the name of this book. This is what it says. Technology proposes itself as the architect of our intimacies. And digital connections and the sociable robot may offer the illusion of companionship without the demand of friendship. Right? Look at the last part of the quote. It says, our network life allowed us to hide from each other even as we were tethered to each other. So you and I are tethered to people all day long, and they don't know us and we don't know them. And how many fights do we get in? And we don't know them and they don't know us. They don't know our life, They ain't seen it, but they can comment on it. And the only way we keep this thing going back and forth is when I start arguing with you, and then you start arguing with me, and now you're arguing with somebody that you don't even know. All you see is a Facebook profile, which may not even be their real face. Come on, let's just be honest. And we live in this world where I think technology has led us to devalue face-to-face connections. And I'm just here to tell you, I'm not bashing technology. I love technology. I've got an iPhone, I got a MacBook, and I got an Apple Watch. They all sync together, and they can tell me what my day looks like all the time, right? They're great. I'm not getting rid of them. So I'm not saying, hey, during this series, we're going to get rid of all our technology. I'm not saying that. Technology is incredible. We're reaching people in cities and countries all the way around the world through technology, right, at Church With You. But at the end of the day, here's the challenge, is for us to set aside intentional time for us to put our stuff down and actually live life with the people in front of us. Because even though technology is incredible, you do know that the hikes you take with your family, the car rides that you take on the trip, the sit down with 2 or 3 friends in deep conversation, all of that, right? The screaming at the football game on the TV in a couple of hours with a group of friends and family. That's way better for us than any relationship you and I can have right here. It's way better. But technology has led us to devalue face-to-face connections because it's pretty much said, hey, you can do the same thing right here. Or when I was reading that book and kind of working through this in my own life a little bit, here's what I was being told is, hey, you can't go to church and you can't have church, but you can go online, and that's pretty much the same as church. Can I just tell you, I think we lose something when me and you, devalue face-to-face connections, is we lose something. So today, the course of today, and over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to figure out how to reverse this whole thought on technology is better than face-to-face. Can I just, I'm game for technology. I love it. We're going to use it. We're going to make the most of it. But at the end of the day, my technology cannot be a distraction from the people who are sitting right there in front of me. Right, so I want to work through this today, kind of give you a foundation of why we need each other, right? Why face-to-face connections are important, what they do for us, and then over the next couple weeks, we're going to dive into some more stuff where we're shredding technology and trying to push you toward face-to-face. Are you following me? Right, so what have we said already? We're not going to say get rid of technology, right? We're not that. Listen, I heard somebody tell me one time they weren't allowed to watch football because their church that they grew up in, it thought like that it was an idol and they weren't allowed to watch football, so therefore they weren't allowed to eat baked potatoes because they looked like footballs. Listen to me. That's not what we're saying about technology. Technology is awesome and you should use it. But when it comes to, should I have this relationship with people right here, or should I have this relationship with people right here in front of me? Can I tell you, let's pick the people in front of us over the people on our phones, computers, whatever else we're going with. Are you following me? All right, so we're gonna set this stage because at the end of the day, you and I aren't the only ones who have ever lost value in face-to-face communications. Or really, to say it best, we're not the only ones who's lost value in friendship. Right, because that's what we've done. As technology has taken the hard work out of friendship. It's hard to be your friend. Yeah, I'm the only one that feels that way. This is where you should have responded. It's hard to be yours too. So we're going to say that again. You ready? It's hard to be your friend. I know, because I'm jacked up. And so are you. And to actually go through friendships, you got to deal with my issues and I got to deal with yours. And at the end of the day, we walk out stronger and our relationship is bonded instead of destroyed because we have expectations that we don't even meet ourselves, but expect you to meet as our friend. Are you following me? Like at the end of the day, we got to walk through this and we got to figure out why it matters that we're face to face. So I'll make this. This is a statement. Are you ready? This is a statement, and I'm just going to tell you, if you're watching at Church Online right now, but you are within driving distance of our church, can I tell you, you need to be here. You need to be here. And I know that's probably not politically correct right now, but I think our culture has led us to devalue face-to-face relationships, and because of it, we're missing some stuff. We're missing some stuff. Now, I get it. Hey, listen, if you're immune compromised, I get all that, okay? Be safe, but at the end of the day, if you're just watching church online because you like to be in your pajamas, come on, can I tell you we need you here? And you need us. Because at the end of the day, Solomon spoke out to this. King Solomon spoke to this. This is what he says, Ecclesiastes chapter 4. He says, 2 are better than 1. Well, I got one other person here watching with me. Okay. All right. Let's keep on going and we'll figure out what's missing in just a minute. 2 are better than 1 because they have a what? They got a good return. I love this. They have a good return for their labor. Right? Your life is going to return more. It's going to mean more. It's going to leave more of a legacy when you live life with people instead of living it by yourself. Because at the end of the day, you and I have to realize what face-to-face relationships does for us, and that tells us the reminder every single day when we wake up that people are the purpose of your life. People are the purpose of your life. When we lose fact that people are our purpose, or really when we lose the fact that we have a purpose, you and I lose all fulfillment, and we get to a place where we become, why are we here? What am I doing now? I feel like I'm the only one struggling with. I feel like I'm no good at. I always let people down. Come on, we get to that place when we're not living life with people and we forget that we have a purpose. I want to show you this graph real quick. They did a poll of 8th, 10th, and 12th graders. Right, and they asked them this question from really the 90s all the way up to 2015. They asked them 2 questions. It's when do you feel or have you felt left out, and how often do you feel lonely, right? That's the question. So I want to show you the graph because right here in 2007 is when the iPhone was released. What did I tell you I had earlier? I'm a Jesus follower. I got an iPhone. Okay? I got one. This ain't me say, hey, no, this is why you shouldn't get an iPhone. No. The iPhone was released. So I just want you to see the graph that trends down, trends down, trends down. 2007, the iPhone was released, and it was up and to the right. Up and to the right at the percentage of 8th, 10th, and 12th graders who said, I feel left out or I feel lonely. And can I tell you, this stops at 2015. What do you think 6 more years of advanced technology all the way to 2021 is going to do for this graph? It's all the way up and to the right. And it's because you feel like you have no purpose. You feel alone because you have nobody with you. You feel alone because you're not allowing yourself to be fully known by the people that are around you. And you feel alone because you don't really fully know anybody. And you don't know how you're supposed to live your life, and you feel left out and alone. But can I tell you that this is not just students who feel this way? Well, this is adults too. Me and Cheyenne went on a date yesterday, right? We're having a great time. We're going into a restaurant. They sit us down at this table, right? Right across the aisle from us is another table with another couple, and they're probably, I'd probably say late 40s, early 50s, probably sitting there beside us. When we walk in, like going up to the table, we're walking in, I see him, he's got his arms crossed and he's watching the TV that's kind of up in the corner, right? And she's sitting across the table from him and she's doing this number. That's what I see when I walk in. So we sit down and we start talking about life and start talking about kids and start talking about trips that we wanted to take and all that stuff like that. And probably 10 minutes or so had gone past, and I looked over and he's still doing this and she's still doing this. And they were in the same room, but they were never connected. And can I tell you, I think the little thing that you and I have in our pockets gets us in the same room with people, but it never connects us with people. So how do we battle that? All right, so how do we get practical? How do we battle that? We do that. My family does that by taking trips, like camping trips. Because how many of you know $25 to stay a night in a campground is way better than $125 to stay the night in a hotel? Come on, somebody. Right? We're budgeting. We're budgeting. Right? So that's come back to that Thrive group, right? At the end of the day, like we're trying to thrive, we're budgeting. So we go camping, and the reason we go camping is because most of the time the areas that we camp have no cell service. So you know what that means? This thing doesn't connect me to me and you, but it's a really incredible camera. And I can video my kids doing crazy stuff. Right, so my middle kid, my only boy, Lawson, he turned 6 a couple of weeks ago. We asked him, we said, hey, where do you want to go for your birthday trip? So he told us, he said, hey, I want to go camping in the snow. Okay. I can take you camping, but I can't promise you snow. Right? I mean, I'm your dad and I'm Superman, but I can't make it snow. Right? At the end, but I can take you somewhere that has more of a chance to snow than South Alabama. Right, so we planned a trip to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and we hauled the camper up. We got to the campground. It didn't snow that night, right? But it was supposed to. Right, so we woke up the next morning and no snow at our campground. So we decided to just drive around, right? So we're driving around, and all of a sudden we make a curve, and then there's a clearing, and you can see the mountains. And I could see snow on the mountains. And when I tell you, your boy was excited, and I ain't talking about Lawson. I'm talking about myself. Right? When I saw the snow, it was up there, and I was like, "Arr!" So I'm cutting, and I'm going. We're going to find the snow. And we drive up this mountain in the neighborhoods, and we kind of circle back around this little cul-de-sac thing, and there's snow on the ground, and we're playing in somebody's backyard. We're trespassing and doing all that, like chunking snow at it, because that was his birthday deal. Right, that was it. And then we stayed for the next couple of days, and every single day we played in snow. Every single day when there was a clearing and it looked like snow, we would turn off the side of the road, we'd park, throw them, kids would pile out of the car, we'd go get cold for a minute, everybody getting mad and crying and coming back because so-and-so hit them with a snowball. You know, it was great. It's great. It's an incredible time. And can I tell you, I had an incredible time because I didn't have my phone. And the difference is I was in the same place they were, but I was actually connected this time. Come on, how many times have you and I sat with our family in a room and been with them but not connected? Come on, they're the purpose of our life. Solomon says that if you live life with people, that will be a life that leaves a legacy. It'll be a good return on the life that you've lived. So what you and I think is like, oh, people. Come on, I'm an introvert. I feel like internally I could do this life by myself. But at the end of the day, I can't. I need you. And you need me. With all of our jacked up mess, we need each other. Right? Because people are the purpose. People was the heart of God, and if it's the heart of God, then it has to be our heart too. Come on, people was the purpose. Right? So not only does relationships, face-to-face relationships give you purpose for your life, it also gives you, number 2, protection for your life. Protection for your life. Now, at the end of the day, how many people do you have around you that will protect you? Now, keep that thought, and I want you to hear what from Solomon, right? This is what Solomon says right here. In the next verse. It says, if either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity the fool who doesn't have anybody there to help them up. All the old people knew what I was talking about. Everybody under like 20 is going, what? That's not what that says. How many people do you have that'll be there to help you? I'm not talking about when you need a couch moved. I'm talking about when your son gets in trouble with the cops because he did something that he shouldn't do. How many people do you have that you can go, hey, I need somebody to talk to. I don't know how to handle this as a parent. How many do you have? How many does your son have? See, because here at the end of the day, here's the thing. You and I can't pick our kids' friends, but we can pick our kids' environments. And from those environments, they'll pick their friends. Are you tracking with me? So, all right, you ready as a parent? If you got a student, right, grade 6 to 12, you ready? I'm gonna pastor you for a second. Bring your student to Fusion. You're like, no. Okay, but when your son gets in trouble with the law, he's going to need a small group leader that he can text and he can go, hey, listen, bro, I don't know how to tell. Should I keep this a secret from my family? Or should I tell them? No, you should tell them. Come on, they're going to need somebody the same way. You're going to need somebody to figure out how to walk through that moment. They're going to need somebody too. So bring them to Fusion. Every Wednesday night, drop them off. Because you can't pick their friends, but you can pick their environment. And you and I need to pick the environment that our kids are going to pick friends from, right? So that they can have people around them when they need protection. But can I tell you, environments aren't just important for students, they're important for you too. Because how many of you know, wives, there are some environments that you wouldn't want your husbands to be a part of? Come on, husbands, there are some environments that you don't want your wives to be a part of. So environments matter. Environments matter every single day at all age group. It doesn't, listen, that's why we exist as a church. Church With You exists to create engaging environments that unchurched people want to be a part of. Why is that important? Because environments matter. Because environments are the place that you can insert yourself into. If we insert ourselves into the right place, doing the right things with the right people, it will provide protection for your life. So bring your students to Fusion. But also, here's the practical step for you today is to join a group. You can do that today, both locations, just get in a group. Well, I tried that group thing, all we do is sit around and talk. I know. That's the point. It's for you to sit around and talk and learn people and love people and hear that they're the same people that you are. They're not some high roller Bible thump. Come on, they struggle with the same things you struggle with. And groups are the foundation for friendships. So if you've never gotten in a group at Church With You, can I tell you, that's how we pastor people. And the reason we call it that is because, listen, that's what pastoring is being a friend to somebody who's walking through the mud and just being there to walk with them. I don't know the right words to say, so I don't want to jump in a group. Guess what? I don't know the right words to say either. So when you call the office and you go, hey, can I have a meeting with Pastor Eric? I need to talk about my family falling apart. I don't know what to say. I don't. But I can sit there with you and we can walk through that stuff. Because if there's nothing else that you get today, here's what I want you to get. Is because the light of the great design always destroys the darkness of the great alone. You were greatly designed to live life with people. And living life with people will destroy every ounce of loneliness that you have in your life. You're like, no, I'm around people all day long, but I still feel like I'm the only person here. Well, have you been completely known? And do you completely know? Because if not, let's work on that. Because just having a whole bunch of people around that you can talk to and chit-chat and argue with every once in a while is pretty much the same as social media. But when they fully know you and you fully know them, it changes the game. And face-to-face communications and connections and relationships are vitally important because they're the purpose of your life and they protect your life from stupid stuff. Come on, somebody. All right, I'm thinking about doing this. No, you need that person. You need them. And here's the third thing that they do is they give you the power to conquer life. And here's how Solomon says it in the very next verse. He makes this statement. He says, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. That's what we've been talking about all message long. I've been trying to show you face-to-face value of communication, right? Face-to-face communication, face-to-face relationships, face-to-face connections. Because if you don't, you're one and you will be overpowered. And you need people around you. That's why Fusion is important. That's why groups are important. That's why coming to church is important. Come on, it ain't that everybody around here's got their act together, because they don't. At the end of the day, it's just you and I just need each other. Because you can be overpowered, I can be overpowered, but if you and I face it together, then we can be good. That's the message all the way up to this point. But then Solomon throws something out that looks like it's out of context. It's like out of left field. But you've been talking about relationships the whole time. Now enters a third party. He said, but a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So Solomon makes the statement that maybe you and I need to realize today is the power to conquer life. Maybe it doesn't come from our relationship with each other. Maybe it comes from a higher relationship that actually has the power to overcome the things that you and I face. Because you and I can't face it alone. We can't. You can't overpower it alone. Come on, you thought you could, but you can't. Can I tell you, there's a third strand that goes into these relationships, and that's the presence of Jesus in your life. And with the presence of Jesus in your life and people around you that have the same end goal, I want to follow him till I die. I want to finish the race. I want to finish the race. If that's your formula, then can I tell you, you'll break free from the devaluing of face-to-face friendship. You'll break free from this device getting into your face and becoming a distraction from the people that are right there in front of you. Come on, you'll start to value the people that are sitting across the table from you. But can I tell you, it doesn't matter how many relationships with people that you have. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, then you lost power. You lost power. Come on, that's like having an 8-cylinder vehicle and you're only running on 2. Can I tell you, you can't conquer that hill. You can't. Because how many of you know when you go up the mountain, you got to come down the mountain? And life's going to take you down the mountain. But then when you start to go back up, you're not going to be able to do it. Because you're not running on all 8 cylinders. Can I tell you, when you live life apart from the relationship with Jesus, then you lost all power in your life. So with every head bowed, every eye closed, I want to give you this moment. We're going to call the bands up, both locations, campus pastors. I just want you to sit and think about the question that I asked you. How many people do you have that would come help? Not lift a couch, but would come help. Your marriage is falling apart. Who would come help? Your son or daughter got into an argument and now the cops are wanting to talk to you. Who do you call for help? Because let me just tell you, you're not going to call that person on social media that you talk to all the time. You're going to call somebody that'll sit there in your living room and watch you cry and hopefully at some point say, hey, I've been there before and this is what I did and this is what I learned. And they'll walk you through. But can I tell you, when situations get hard enough, it doesn't require just having people that'll be there to share some wisdom and a loving arm. It requires the power of the Holy Spirit moving in your life. And can I tell you, that's what I want for you. So the moment that you say yes to a relationship with Jesus is the moment that the power enters your life to be able to conquer life. And then you set that up with other followers of Jesus that are around you who have the same goal and the same mind. And you'll realize no matter how lonely you are, that you always got somebody texting you. And you always got somebody calling you. And the light of the great design will always break through the great alone. But can I tell you, it doesn't happen without the power. So if you're here and you've never said yes to a relationship with Jesus, can I just tell you, just in the remainder of my time, that He loves you. He loves you. Wherever you're at, Enterprise, Ozark, Church Online, He loves you. He loves you right where you are, right in the stuff that you're in. He loves you. And He promises you that He'll come and He'll give purpose back where purpose was lacking. And He'll do it by, number one, starting a relationship with you and then connecting you with other people so that you can have a relationship with them. That's His design. But the thing that's standing in the way is your sin and my sin. And the Bible says that God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, so that His one and only Son could become your sin and could become my sin. So He would die the death that you and I deserve to die. Buried in the tomb, on the third day came back to life, rose in victory, giving us victory over a place that we never could have got on our own. Giving us an option to go from death to life, from no relationship with God to a relationship forever, spending eternity with Him. And can I tell you, it's a free gift for you. You don't have to do anything to get it except just say, you know what, I need it, and I accept it. So right now we're going to turn it over to our campuses, and we're going to give you the option to just say, I need that, and I accept it right now. So here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to count to 3 in just a second. All I want you to do is just lift your hand up right where you are. Nobody's going to call you up. We're not going to make you stand. We're not going to shine the lights on you. None of that. Just from your heart to God's right here in this moment. For you to say, hey, I need that and I accept that. Because in order to get our relationships with everybody else around us right, we're going to have some kind of a power working inside of our messed up, jacked up life to change us and mold us and to shape us into who we need to be so that we can be the friend or the spouse or the parent that we're expecting the other person to be. And can I tell you, that doesn't happen without the power of the Holy Spirit changing you every single day of your life. So right now, for you to make a decision to go, I accept it and I surrender and I need it. Right now in this moment, are you ready? On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Just lift them up. Lift them up, keep them up for just a second. Come on, keep them up. Hey, I'm going to pray for you. You can just repeat after me. It's nothing special about this prayer. It's what already special is what has happened already. It's your heart to His. Say, Jesus, I need you. Come into my life and forgive me. Separate my sin as far as the east is from the west. Give me new life, new purpose. My purpose is found through a relationship with you. So God, help me. Give me people around me to protect me. And give me the power inside of me through your Holy Spirit that I can conquer life every single day. And can I tell you, if you prayed that prayer, if that's your heart, can I tell you the Bible says you are a brand new creation. The old is gone and the new has come. Come on, church, can we celebrate those hands, whether they're in Enterprise, Ozark, Church Online? Come on, that was the best relationship that you could get. Right there, you took a step to get in relationship with the number one person that you need a relationship with. Now, here's your second step. Are you ready? Are you ready? You're going to walk out of this place. After we sing this last song, you're going to walk out of this place. You're going to stop at a group. You're going to sign up for one. Well, I don't like people. I don't care if you like them. You need them. You need them. And at some point, you'll learn to like them. And if you don't, just swap groups. Come on, don't stop going. Just swap group. I don't like that leader. There's a bunch of other leaders. Just go to another group. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if their feelings are hurt or not. They're deep down internally, they want you connected somewhere. So get in a group. That's your step when you go out. And then if you're a parent of a student, here's your step this week. Get them here Wednesday night. Get them here Wednesday night. Sign them up for the D-Now trip. Come on, because all of this is coming together. It's face-to-face relationships. It's face-to-face connections. Because come on, God does something through face-to-face relationships. He designed us this way, and the light of great design will destroy the darkness of the great alone. Come on, somebody, y'all believe that? Come on, so stand to your feet. We're going to sing this out right now, believing it with everything that we got, that God is good, that He's showing up, that He's working, that He's going to do something, and we're leaning in. Every way that we can, we're leaning in. Father, we love you. God, we're leaning in today. We surrender today. God, we give you our lives. We give you our hope. God, sing it out with everything that you got. We're not a slave to our sin. Come on, right now.
And I'm not a slave, I'm singing. You are good. Bearing the price of Christ and your freedom. You are good. When you make a promise, Jesus, you'll keep it. You are good. So I praise your name as long as I'm breathing. You are good. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave to sin, so I'm singing. You are. Come on, bearer of Christ. Bearing the price of Christ and your freedom. You are good. When you make a promise, Jesus, you'll keep it. You are good. Oh, I praise your name. As long as I'm breathing. Sing it out. Oh my God, so good. You never give up. You never give up on me. Oh, what joy I found because of your love for me. Oh my God, so good. You never give up. You never give up on me. Oh, what joy I found because of your love for me. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave to sin, so I'm singing. You are good. Bearing with Christ and Christ and your freedom. You are good. Come on, you make a promise. You make a promise, Jesus, you'll keep it. You are good. So I praise your name as long as I'm breathing. You are good. Thank you guys for coming today. Y'all have a great week.
What an incredible day. I'm so grateful that you're here with us today. And listen, if you haven't already, Connect Group Expo is this Sunday, and that's online too, okay? So Connect Group Expo. here online, things can get really one-sided if we don't make a big effort to connect. And so what you have to do online is you have to be in a connect group. You're gonna have to be in an online connect group where you meet completely online, so no matter where you are, you can be a part of Church With You. But in order to be connected, you do have to be in relationships with people. And so what we want you to do is to jump on the link below and get in a connect group. Get in an online connect group. That way we can make sure that you are being plugged in and not getting lost. So it's not so one-sided. Man, what a unique opportunity that we have in this day and time to be able to seriously be the church like this. We're so grateful that you've chosen to do that with us, and we hope you have an incredible week.